Pay the price or lose the war for talent. Today's battlefield, two mega deals where giants didn't buy tech, they bought leaders and paid billions to win. Welcome to Business's War, the news in 7 minutes. This is episode number 6, and today we're covering Meta's $14+ billion bet on Scale AI's 28-year-old boss and Microsoft's $650 million licensing and talent play to grab Inflection AI's co-founder. These are not purchases. They're recruiting nukes. Now let's get to it. Story number 1, Meta paid $14.3 billion for a talent split. Alexander Wang. In June 2025, Meta invested $14.3 billion for a 49% stake in Scale AI and brought CEO Alexander Wang, who's 28 years old, into its new super intelligence lab, reporting directly to Zuckerberg. Now, this is a very interesting way because this is an effective acqui-hire retention strategy guided as an investment. We have now seen this with OpenAI, ChatGPT, getting Johnny Ive, the creator of iPhone, for $6 billion to do the exact same thing, because at the end of the day, it's all about talent. Now, where did we see this? Well, we saw this with Steve Jobs. When Apple paid $400 million for Next Computer that wasn't making much money to bring Steve Jobs back to Apple. Now, Wang is valued for his vision, not just his algorithm. Steve Jobs was the exact same way. Meta's message was, without Wang's leadership, the AI future stalls. So they're putting a lot of money and effort and time, and you have to understand that Meta has made great strategic acquisitions, i.e. with Instagram and i.e. WhatsApp, and now they're making a big play on AI because it's a race. You have OpenAI, you have Gronk, which is Elon Musk, you have Claude, which is Anthropic, you have Google, Gemini. So it is a race, and talent is now the ultimate battlefield. The objection: vision beats tools. Leaders is what builds legacy. Timing matters. Bring commanders when the war is heating up. And then story number 2, $650 million Inflection AI talent grant. In June 2025, there was a licensing deal worth $650 million for Microsoft to secure not just Eliezer Yudowski, but Mustafa Suleiman from Inflection AI, and brought them on board to lead a key AI initiative. Now, this is not a full acquisition. They're just licensing the brain and the blueprint, the sort of coveted talent raid, because these people don't want to work for anyone, and so they would rather be in control and partner up. And these corporations, which are not in the nature of giving a lot of people leeway, and we saw this with Facebook when they acquired Oculus. They basically took the founder out and eventually just pushed them out 6 months later. Well, that same founder started a weapons sort of AI company that's about to be worth $30-40 billion. And these are people who don't like taking orders as well, but at the end of the day, they're paying for talent. And so all of a sudden, Inflection's co-founders, they've now stepped in as Microsoft's AI leads, turning up startups founders into internal generals. Now, here's the lesson for all of you. You can't buy a team, recruit its leader. Licensing deal can be a talent hoist as a strategic line. We're going to license your technology, your brain, your knowledge, not just acquiring, especially if they don't want to be acquired. And leadership shapes strategy, not code. Why does it matter? Well, although this is an M&A, and I've made the model of M7A model and do M&As for a living, it's now become a talent war. Other giants like Amazon, Google, and OpenAI are spending billions to snag people so that they can redefine what's next as well, because it is literally a race. AI is changing everything. So for every leader you recruit, you lose one to your competitor. That is why in my book, Business's War, Chapter 5, you learn more from your failure and success to hire or not hire, which was a breakdown of every hiring mistakes I've made. Now in the book, we've also added basically buying companies to hire teams, or hiring not only the person in charge, but their team along with it. People comes in packs of teams. It's literally changed the game. Now, my thought on this as well is that these companies have no choice. They have stocks, they have investors, they have boards, and it is a race, and they don't want to lose out because you saw what happens when you miss out on the social media trend, on the technology trend. I think everybody's realizing that AI is going to change everything, including me. I own 3 AI companies, one of which is actually makes the AI. We're getting into robotics, all of these things. But what is very important for you as this is that many of you are your A talent and you're surrounded by B talent, which you constantly spend all of your effort telling your B talent what to do. And the B talent ends up doing the work of the C player because the C player often comes off as an A player. It's a vicious wheel. You're only as good as your people. And in a world where people don't want to work, where they want to stay at home, where they're lazier than ever, there are some very smart people, but they want it to do in their terms. Is this the new reality of the world? That if you want the best, you're gonna have to very much pay over the rest. But then you have to take a look at that, will they be worth their worth? And I'm sure they got everything they wanted on their own terms. So it's gonna be very interesting what happens. It's either gonna be a massive bust. Now, these big companies can afford a massive bust. They're worth, in some cases, over $1 trillion. We, the entrepreneurs or the small businesses, can we be worth? Can we afford to make those talent mistakes? And on the other side, for those looking for a job, the more valuable you make yourself with, the more indispensable you would be. Now, if you like this, you can go to my podcast. You can listen on Spotify and Apple and see all of this as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please a favor, can you subscribe? Can you put comments into the chat? It doesn't cost any money to do that. And if you want amazing shows and topics, I'd like to hear your thoughts because there's always 2 sides to every story. And then there is your truth. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. And we'll see you tomorrow's show on episode 7. If you haven't listened to those, please go back and revisit those previous episodes. You'll learn at every segment of time. Have yourself a great day, and thanks for learning. Want to bring me your deals? Need capital? Want to partner on M&As or get free branding or advice? Or are you curious what I'm building in AI? The links are in the description. Let's win.